How often do you get to design your entire house from top to bottom? I'm talking right down to the roofing tiles.
I would say on average anywhere from 150 to 200K in upgrades, if not more, but doesn't mean you need to. You know, it ultimately comes down to what their preferences, wish list, must-haves are. You know, some people spend more, some people spend less.
So Alexa, we're here in one of the actual action construction sites. Things are going on right here, right now.
Yep.
This is a treat. This is one of my favorite floor plans. We are celebrating what's going on at Derby Pines. We've got some fun things going on, and we wanted to show the agents in the community what exactly is going on here. We'll let you guys take a good look at our agents having some fun and learning a little bit more about Derby Pines. Hey everyone, Nick Libert with Exit Realty. Welcome back to episode 7 and actually season 2 of Selling Chicago. This season we're going to be going wider, deeper, with more topics than ever and more properties to show you than ever all around Chicagoland. We're going to be going far and wide today, starting in Lemont with a beautiful new construction subdivision, and then we're going right back here to Lakeview, where I'm based out of, for a special treat. A $3 million, 4-level, 6,000 square foot house, truly something in the upper bracket. We're even going to show you a little bit more about what we're building at Exit Strategy right now in terms of value for agents. There's so much going on, so let's get started.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
Hi, I'm Nick Libert, and welcome to Selling Chicago. I've been a real estate broker for over 23 years with a mission to empower lives through property.
I got it.
My goal is to show you episode by episode some of the beautiful neighborhoods of Chicago, highlight some of my favorite businesses, and of course, show you some of Exit Strategy Realty's finest listings.
I got it.
Hey everyone, we have a super special treat today. We have my friend Alexis Imperio, Vice President of Sales at 5th Avenue Construction. How often do you get to design your entire house from top to bottom? I'm talking right down to the roofing tiles. Well, we are in 5th Avenue's Design Center today, and Alexis is going to show us around with all the different options you have when you are building new construction. Alexa, I'm so excited. Show us around.
I know, likewise. So welcome in, for sure. So here we've got countertops, so quartz and granite.
Very nice.
So if we don't have something that a buyer wants, whether they know for sure they want some type of, Calcutta quartz or something from Italy, we can get it. Even if we don't have it in-house,
Just costs a little extra if
exactly,
it's something super
maybe.
special. Oh my gosh, and look at all these just for handles and hardware. This is insane. I love this.
Yeah, so they've definitely got a wide variety of options for hardware to choose from. And then right over here, you see siding, so the James Hardy board.
Oh wow, yeah.
All the color options. And then same with, you can even choose your roof color.
And so most of the stuff in here is something that you can get without putting in delays, right? That this is gonna be mostly things that even with all the supply chain issues, you most likely will be able to do?
Most likely. Ultimately what happens is a buyer is gonna come through here, they're gonna go through the selection process. They could take 3 months, they could take 10. It's really based on the buyer and their schedule and how quickly they wanna get stuff done. So in the event that they approve all selections, everything's in stock. And then when it comes to ordering, if it's not in or it's back ordered or discontinued, that's where we got to communicate with the buyer. Sometimes today, especially, we have buyers coming back in and reselecting stuff just because of the supply chain.
People can come in and if there's something that they thought they wanted, but they don't have it in stock, or that they just couldn't imagine it, because I'm one of those people that I'm very visual and I may not be able to create it in my mind. Visually, all of a sudden, maybe somebody likes the olive color versus the navy. That's something that is exciting to me, because you're really helping them build beyond what they probably were thinking of before.
Yeah, and same with, aside from, siding and whatnot, flooring, for example, if we don't have, this is just one of many, options. And if we don't have something in stock, or in house, I should say, or they see something online that they like, we'll get a sample of it, whether we send it to them directly or we just have it delivered to the office, so that they can actually feel the product before approving it.
Yeah, so for somebody that is just not finding what they want out there with all this lack of inventory, this is your solution. And right now you do have probably, what did you think before, 16 months?
16 to 18 today,
18 months from hole in the ground, or digging the hole.
Well, really contract signing. So 16, 18 months from contract signing all the way to closing.
Okay. I want to highlight my listing. This is 12744 Caruso Court. This one is already under construction. So we don't have a huge amount that is already under construction, but this one is, and this one we think would be available hopefully by the holidays. Is that would be amazing for people. So it's already, we're halfway through the year basically, my friends, and these are your options, what's out there in this limited inventory. One of the other things that's going to be exciting for you though is that you can, with most lenders, lock in a rate based on what you're doing now versus waiting 18 to 24 months to see what supply is out there, which may not be great. Well, Alexa, with all of these options and upgrades, my head is truly spinning and I love it. On average, what does a buyer spend in upgrades?
I would say on average anywhere from 150 to 200K in upgrades, if not more, but it doesn't mean you need to. It ultimately comes down to what their preferences, wish list, must-haves are. And we can kind of back into that number. Some people spend more, some people spend less.
And so even a base price house, it's fully functional. It's not like it's missing a roof or something like that.
Oh, fully
right?
functional. And whether you're spending $650 or $1.5 million, you're getting the same shell of a house, you're getting the same, structure, everything is tight and sound. It's really cosmetically, whether you want quartz or granite, and 42-inch uppers versus 36, stuff like that.
So that's something that as you go through the process yourselves, the one thing you need to remember is you will have a budget of some sort, but then also you can make the property whatever you want. And when people talk to me about costs, what normally happens is they actually end up, in their mind, spending more money than they actually need to. So just always think about what's good for resale, talk to your realtor about that, and look at all the different options that you can hopefully afford, and take it from there.
Yep.
One thing that I've struggled with some new construction projects is that there's not enough information for the consumer to make a good choice, and there's a lot of guesswork. I know with you guys, it's a lot more structured. You've been doing this for how many years now?
We've been building in the southwest suburbs for about 10 years now.
Okay.
10 to 14 at this point. It's already 2022. I can't believe it.
And I actually got to know you and your team by one of my clients buying one of their new construction builds, and it was a beautiful property, very unique, and it was in Derby Pines, and now I'm lucky enough to be the listing agent of Derby Pines. So we're very excited for our collaboration with Fifth Avenue Construction. There's a lot more coming from the collaboration, but right now we do want to show you a couple of the actual models out in the field. So we're going to pop out and take a look at those. So Alexa, we're here in one of the actual action construction sites. Things are going on right here, right now.
Yep.
This floor plan, this model is available at Derby Pines, which, tell me a little bit more about the square footage and the size of this one.
So this one's our Glen Haven floor plan. It's 2,650 square feet. As it stands, it's 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2.5 car garage. 2.5 car garage is standard. Really, this floor plan as it stands is standard.
Okay.
Buyers have the option to do third car, and then make customizations inside too.
What are some of the other big things you see in terms of customizations right now?
I would say aside from moving walls around and doing some structural stuff, cabinets, countertops, tile, whether that's flooring or shower walls, all of that good stuff. Same with fireplace too, because we're custom, so we usually customize the fireplaces just based on what the buyer is looking for. They're all, no two fireplaces are the same.
Well, speaking of the fireplace, it's right behind us.
Yes.
At what point can people customize, and is there a stopping point to when people can choose their selections? Talk to me about that.
I would say, so it all comes down to what's been ordered and whatnot, but as far as a timeline on pretty much just the standard, you can't really make any changes, drywall. So for example, these buyers actually bought it frame. We had all the selections picked, but nothing was ordered yet because we were going through rough mechanicals and electrical. So they came in, met with my designer for a day, and basically approved the majority of them, but they were able to change cabinet colors, stuff like the way that the fireplace is painted. If a buyer wanted to add an accent wall with millwork, stuff like that, we can definitely make those changes.
Do it a little bit later even, but then, so for what we saw at Derby Pines, the one that is just now being framed out, they would still, until the framing, have the option to even, like we were talking about with the garages, adding an extra garage stall, things like that.
Yeah, and for lot 7, so Derby Pines 12744 Caruso, that house, the first floor is framed, right? So basically we are listed at base plus structurals, and buyers ultimately can choose any of the finishes inside. As far as structural stuff, like if they wanted to add a third stall in the garage or add square footage, that would most likely need to be taken care of when we're at the foundation, just because the more structure that's built, the more difficult it is to revise that.
Well, Alexa, this is a treat. This is one of my favorite floor plans. I know that you like this floor plan as well. Tell me more, what grabs me about this one, and it's really one of 2 of your floor plans that have this dramatic 2-story living room. It's almost hard to get on camera, but it is just absolutely fantastic the way that all the light pours in. It's a very unique, stunning design when people come in. What is the square footage on this one?
So this one's our Devonshire floor plan. It's 3,100 square feet. Today, it's our most popular floor plan. People love the 2-story family room aspect and just the open feel, The open feel's
amazing, and I love that it goes right into this kitchen, which is a really bold choice.
The cabinets.
I really like those cabinets a lot as well. So this one is basically done in terms of customization. It's already been done. This is solid. You wouldn't be able to do as much to this.
Yes, really, if a buyer came in and signed a contract today, really no, but if there's a couple tweaks that they want, we can definitely have a conversation.
We get a lot of questions about basements, full, unfinished, what should I do? You have a couple different options for people. Tell us about those.
So really our standard basement is partial unfinished with a crawl space. So buyers, a typical upgrade I would say is to upgrade to a full unfinished basement so that you get the whole, footprint of the basement less the garage. Aside from that, rough-ins are super popular. So whether you do a half bath rough-in or a 3/4 rough-in, the bathroom's ready for them to rough-in or finish the basement at a later date, or they can finish it at time of build, So if say a buyer wanted to finish the basement, they wanted a bedroom, a bath, and open entertainment area, you can figure a base $55K to finish it off.
And trust me, for resale value, it would be worth it for you to at least get the unfinished, maybe with the rough plumb, so that you can build on it later, or just leave it unfinished and let the next owner, if they need the space.
Right, and if a buyer wants to finish the basement later and they do a partial basement, it's just costlier to pull out all the concrete,
it's
and
a
make
mess.
it a full. It's a mess.
It's a mess.
For lack of a better word.
I did that with one of my flips. It was a mess. So with this particular one, there's the other floor plan that I'm a big fan of that also has a 2-story living, the Karna.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering what these look like fully finished, we had a beautiful model of the Karna in Derby Pines, which is now sold, but I got in there with my interior drone, and we have that on my YouTube channel, so people can check that out. Absolutely stunning work, and that was the first time I saw this great 2-story living room. So thank you for opening this one up to us too.
Of course. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Training, or as I call it, coaching, is such an essential part of the agent-broker relationship, because what really happens at a lot of companies is the agent is so focused on getting a better commission split because the splits aren't that great at most companies, or cutting costs because they're not making it. They really fail to see the overall picture that their agent population in the office is not being coached. There's not a mastermind of top agents, and that's what we've created at Exit Strategy. Especially with our commission splits and caps structured the way they are, we have more top producers that stay with the company, that are invested in helping the other agents grow and sharing, so that mastermind community is there. We talked about Money Mondays in another piece of this, but Money Mondays are a key thing where the agents get with me on Monday evenings, so it's both our full and part-time agents. We record every session. We do a lot of live in-office training as well. We have accountability and goal-setting sessions. I have open forum that you can just schedule a time with me and be one-on-one, in a small group, anything like that. So whether you're trying to build a team, which a lot of agents want to get there, or just trying to make it as an agent and increase your volume, I have tools, support, and time for you in the coaching program. I wanted to provide all of our agents with training that grows with them. We have a full-time managing broker that helps them with some of those basic questions, and I get to do really more of the business building questions that I love, which is how to make my phone ring more, and once that phone is ringing almost too much for me to handle on my own, then I'm going to be able to do that with a team, and I can help them structure a team through my own experiences, good and bad, in the business. Well, the commission splits at Exit Strategy are designed to grow with the agent, because our ultimate goal is to have the agent earn more than 100%, and it's a roadmap that no other company has. A new agent, they start out at a 70-30 split. That's 70% to them, 30% to us. But we want to very quickly get them to a higher split, because again, we're growing with them and taking less from them as they build their business. So after your first 10 career deals, that is 10 transactions, either buyers and sellers, tenants and landlords, a combination of both, you go to an 80-20 base split, and it never goes back down. We've never lowered a split ever in the history of our company. So that's great, but then my goal is to get you to cap, which means you go to 100% commission. And that happens every year when you hit $100,000 in gross commission income. And we've had even new agents do that their very first year. It's a tough road, but they can get there the first year. We've got the roadmap for that. And then to celebrate that, once they've hit that $100,000 GCI mark and go to 100% cap once, they go to a permanent base split of 85% forever, as long as they're an Exit Strategy. So the exciting thing there is an 85% base split and the opportunity to cap at 100,000 gross commission income. That is a very small cap compared to our competitors, and we're really excited to see this program grow. Exit Realty Corporate has some wonderful technology to use as a baseline. We've always been very impressed with that, but I wanted to add a technology stack on top of it that really gave our agents some wins in areas that other companies have never been able to provide such a stack and provide it for free. So our big first piece is our CRM. We have a CRM partner that they do everything from mass texting to video, integrates to cloud CMA, Gmail, everything like that syncs to your not only Dotloop for transaction management, which is another favorite vendor of mine, but even syncs right up to your phone. So the functionality of this tool is so much higher than other CRMs, and I'm paying for every single one of our agents to have. But just communicating with clients is important, but not the only piece. The next big piece we've added, and this has been a recent one, is we have a proprietary app. We partnered with a company that gives all of our agents all the off-market listings, so the private listing network, previews, things like that are not on Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com. They're not on the public MLS, so the consumer's not seeing them and missing out on, right now, about 5 to 7% of the total inventory. Well, in a tight market like we're in with low inventory, it becomes vital that your consumers see that. So we now have that competitive advantage. I've paid for that for all of our agents. And the app is so popular with the consumers because it's a much better filter system and integration system than any other app we've seen. You can schedule tours with your agent right through the app. It, of course, also connects to Gmail and Google Calendar. So the functionality there is first rate. Well, when we talk about tools, training, technology, and commission splits, apples to apples with other companies, I think we do incredibly well and are one of the best packages out there, if not the best. But the final piece is really where I've enjoyed putting a lot of time and effort in. Our agents pour in energy as well, and that is the touch component. And what the touch component is that we are doing live, what we call leveraged events in the community. We do health and wellness classes, personal finance, charity and community events, and then of course, real estate related events for both buyers, sellers, and even investors. But those community events bring people together. It gives our agents a reason to go out and engage their database, provide value to the database, lead with that positive message. And we know that the agents on their own, it's really difficult to schedule and do the logistics and the cost of an event. So we as the office do it for the agents. They are allowed to brand themselves to the event and make it their own. And then we put everybody in a room, and sometimes it's even virtual on Zoom, a hybrid model, if you will. And we have a lot of fun, but a lot of content and good is done for the community. So that touch in that respect is key. I really love seeing that family atmosphere, even though I think that's such a trite term, because we have that added level of touch. We even do events right here in my home from time to time. We've got a boat share. We love celebrating our agents and getting them together in different ways than just trainings. Even though training tools and technology are such a big part, you gotta have touch. Well, everyone, we are back here in Lemont, and we have a special activity going on tonight. We have a broker event. We are celebrating what's going on at Derby Pines. We've got some fun things going on, and we wanted to show the agents in the community what exactly is going on here. Some of them have some fun Derby themed hats. We're giving away a little bit of a prize at the end for the best Derby themed hats, since at this point tomorrow is the Kentucky Derby.
Where's your hat?
But not gonna happen. Not with this hair. But we did also want to bring Alexa back on because she selected the establishment that we're at this evening. Alexa, why did you choose Rosebud?
So Rosebud, not only is it convenient from Derby Pines because it's right down the street, but it's a business in Lemont, in the community that we're building in, and we're all about supporting the businesses around us, So wanted to show some brokers both Rosebud so that they are familiar. I know a lot of them haven't been here yet, but then too, just giving them some info, on our communities and meeting some employees. Everyone's a regular here, so once you start coming, you'll see some familiar faces.
And that's
for sure.
For sure. And I have a funny feeling Alexa's been here before. So what we like to do is when we're in a community focusing on something like a new construction build, what goes on in that community, we want to focus on the whole overall value proposition. And obviously Rosebud, it's a super fun place and the food is amazing. So if you haven't been here, check it out. And we'll let you guys take a good look at our agents having some fun and learning a little bit more about Derby Pines. Hey everyone, Nick Libert with Exit Realty. Welcome to episode 6 of Selling Chicago.
Cleaned it all up. It did not look like this. This is all our recent rehabbers' work. They came in to try to make it more appealing after the first go with the other agent.
They are friends, they are family, whether I've known them for a week or a year. And lucky for me, they feel that love.
This is going to be a destination. It was a place that they would be welcomed and also a place that they would feel comfortable in.
really what our community deserves. And I'm just so excited that he's the one that's bringing it. So when you talk about somebody who's really about the community, this is the person that I think of.
So there you have it, everyone. First episode of season 2 of Selling Chicago. I'm so excited to be bringing you much more in the months to come. But in the meantime, check out my website, nicklibert.com, for upcoming events and exciting information from all of us at Exit Strategy Realty.